What's going on YouTube? And today we talk about the front facing cameras and the backup camera on your C7 Corvette. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy D back with you once again, and today we're going to talk about the front facing camera as well as the backup camera on your C7 Corvette. How much room do you actually have when you pull forward and you see those red and those yellow and red lines, and just how much space do you actually have. And so if this is your first time to the channel, I'd like to welcome you and thank you for smashing that play button. If this is your second, third, fourth, or if you're a long time subscriber to the channel, I'd like to also welcome you back to the channel. And like I said, we're gonna check out the front facing camera on the C7 Corvette. And in particular, for me, because of the ZR1 has that extra, where are we at? Right there. We have that extra long lip that is actually on the ZR1. I wanted to try to see exactly how much space do you actually have from a curb when you pull up. And so whenever you pull up to a curb or anything like that, with the front facing cameras, you know, you have those red lines and yellow lines. The red lines, of course, if you're really close. But I want to see exactly how close is that. So we're going to go ahead. I got my trusty tape measure down there, and we're going to actually see for backing up and pulling forward how much space you actually have. All right, so we're going to go ahead and pick up this, and yeah, here we go. All right, there you go. As you can see, I got the tape measure out. I got it up to the curb right here, so we get to see exactly how long it is. And so we're about to jump in La Fonda and see what goes down. Oh, gotta love that sound. All right, so whenever you are going below 5 miles per hour, you can look at this right here, this little setting right here. This is the front facing camera. And as you can see, you have the yellow line right here, and then you have a red line as well. Now, this is this top portion right here as if you're looking down over top of the front, and this is, of course, as you're looking forward. So I want to know from this line right here, how many inches do we have, and then from the red line right here, how many inches, or what's the amount of space that we have as far as before we actually hit. So here we go. See the lines. Here goes the tape measure. All right, so bam. So that right there, let me back up a little bit. There. So as you can see, the tape measure is right there. And so we're gonna go out and we're gonna check it out. So as you can see, there goes the edge of the curb, And then here we go with the front of the splitter. So with that yellow line, if I was to come over, so it looks like it's about probably 18 and a half inches or so. So at that yellow line, we have about 18 and a half inches of clearance before the front splitter was to hit. So the yellow line, 18 and a half inches. Now let's go ahead and try the red line and see how close we are. All right, getting back in the car. All right. So this time, everybody, we're gonna go to the red line. All right, so here we go. Here we go. So as you can see, right there at the red line. And let's go out and see how far away we are. So at the red line, and we got to look at the tip here. I don't have it directly underneath, but it looks like we have a good, probably about 9.5 inches away before we're actually hitting. Yeah, just about that. So you got about a 9.5, 10 inches. I'm gonna say 9.5 inches. I don't have it directly where the tip of the front splitter is, but I kind of move it over, or you know, kind of look over, and it's right at probably about 9.5 to 10. I'm gonna go with 9.5. And so the front facing cameras, probably one of the best features, definitely one of the best safety features that is on the C7 Corvette. And I think they introduced the front facing cameras. I can't remember exactly when. I want to say maybe 2016, 2017, but don't hold me to that. I'll have to double check on that. And so yeah, so so I'm good with that. So now we're gonna try to check out the rear of the car. And so the only thing with this is you have to be careful, because as you can see, the rear spoiler actually goes back farther than what the rear facing cameras will pick up. So if you actually have a wall that's right here, then you could actually do some damage to your spoiler if you're not careful with the rear backup cameras. So let's try to check that out. All right, everybody, so here we go. We are now facing the opposite way, about to back up and see what we can do. So I'm gonna do that first line again, right there. I think that's it. And let's do the reverse cameras again. All right, so we got that first line that's right here, just like we did the other one first, and then we're gonna do this line right here. So let's see how much clearance we have. Let's see how much clearance we have in the vehicle. All right. So with that first line, if I actually come down from right here, looks like roughly about 3 feet. I want to say that we have 3 feet of clearance from right there. And so that's a decent amount. Like I said, you want to definitely make sure you stay clear of this, because this will hit before the back of the rear of the car will. So that's something that's a little bit unique on the ZR1. But 3 feet of clearance. Now let's try that that second line and see what we get. So here we go. Let's see what we get. There goes the red line. All right, so you can see the red line is right there at the edge of the curb. So let's check it out, see what we got. All right, so there you go. There goes the curb. So that's how much space you have with the red line. So let's check it out, see how much clearance you have. And I'm going from what I believe to be the edge of this straight down. And so it is looking all right, so I'm gonna say you have roughly about 16 inches. Yeah, I'm gonna say you roughly, yeah. So you have about 16 inches. So when you see the red line and you come up to the edge, you have about 16 inches from here to the wall. So like I said before, you definitely want to make sure that because this extends out farther than the actual vehicle, that you need to be careful and need to be cognizant that you can actually end up damaging this, even though the rear camera is showing that you're in good shape. So everybody, there you have it. Wanted to show you the clearance that you have between the front facing camera and the curb, as well as the backup camera and the curb. And like I said before, just make sure you remember that, especially with the ZR1, the rear wing actually goes back or sticks out a lot farther than the rear of the vehicle. So although you might see those yellow and red lines, make sure you're keeping in mind that the rear spoiler, those 2 points, are sticking out a lot farther. So I'd like to once again thank our new sponsor, ExoticInsight.com, for all your performance parts. Make sure you go on there, and there is a product that I'm going to be installing on the ZR1. It is a scrape plate that will actually end up going underneath the car, because as we all know, this thing sticks out pretty far, and it will actually there's some a scrape plate that goes underneath there, and I'm going to put a link in the description below. If you have a ZR1 and you want to install a scrape plate for your particular car, you can go on using this link that's down below and using promo code DZR120 and get 20% off of that scrape plate. So we're going to be doing a install video pretty soon on that. I already have it at the house. I just need to go ahead and try to install it, and you guys will be with me for that. And so I'd like to once again thank you so very much for coming to the channel. We're always growing every single day. Remember, we got Corvettes at Carlisle that is about 3.5 weeks away. August 22nd, we will be there under one roof. Myself, Justin from Horsepower Obsessed, JT from Cars Guys, Mike from Brink of Speed, Jason from Front Seat Driver, and we also have Clarence from C. Garner Speed 252, all up under one roof. We want to meet you guys, want to hang out, and should be a really good time, man. Don't forget, C8 will be there. And so I have yet to talk about the C8, but we'll be having some of that content coming up very soon. So everybody, thank you very much. If you like this video, please go ahead and smash that like button. If you like the channel, you know what you need to do. You need to go ahead and smash that subscribe button and become part of the DZR1 community. And like I said before, remember, everybody deployed. And I'm out.